Hey family, it's Candace Tolliver Burns, your host of the Tenacious Teacher podcast. We're launching a new season, the HBCU Blueprint, conversations with presidents, alumni, and students about why the mission of HBCUs carries an urgency that meets this moment. In the first conversation, I sit down with Dr. Hakim Lucas, president and CEO of Virginia Union University, right after he lit up the stage at the Friendship Public Charter School Convocation celebration.
A man saw you, said you are great, said that you wanted to transform the world. I just want to be a part of watching you become even greater. I don't want you to have to go into debt for that. Tenacious Teachers!
Sparking ambition, sparking dreamers, critical thinkers, friendships hands, the future's in us.
You wanted me to come and inspire you. You've inspired me. How good is our God that He has saved you to be gladiators and warriors in a world that doesn't want you to exist. They don't want to pay you. They don't want to insure you. They don't want to make sure you have access to anything because you are responsible for birthing a generation of people who will deliver justice to our world. I feel like I found my tribe.
In this moment, when families so desperately, and families of color, are looking for places like HBCUs to provide their children with that pathway to a successful life and a fruitful life, where do you find yourself needing to be most tenacious right now?
I think that Virginia Union, as a representative of HBCUs, has a certain context and environment that should be developed and curated in every family. Like, you don't do well at an HBCU if what we're giving you, you're just meeting for the first time. No one can succeed when you meet love for the first time because you don't know what love looks like. And so a lot of students come to HBCUs and don't succeed first. And you got to help them through that first year. That's why many of us adopt rituals like how we welcome you in, whether it's an orientation process, or what it is to allow you to leave a certain community to come. Many universities have the separating ritual between the parent and the child, where you show this sign that you're letting, if you will, the child go off on their own. But at the end of the day, what makes Virginia Union special amongst the 107 is that in my time over the last 9 years, I don't force people to stay. I do curate people at Virginia Union who will graduate from Morehouse. I curate people who are at Virginia Union who will graduate from Hampton, Howard, Virginia Commonwealth, Harvard, because I am very, very clear that I play a role in their development. And sometimes I'm not the final destination. However, for a lot of people, they start at Hampton, Howard, Morehouse, VCU, Virginia Tech, and they realize, I'm not at the right place, and they will come. Some start with me, get mad, go somewhere else, and then they discover when they're there, oh Lord, I need to go back home.
So that brings me to this point. I mean, theoretically, students should be able to attend any college that they desire with preparation and investing the right time and energy. They should be able to go wherever they want. But the fact is, whether it's Virginia Union or the other 107, right, HBCUs have really an outsized impact on Black students actually going to college, right? Which is why talking to you is so important, right? Because there HBCUs open doors that frankly others may not. They may get there, they may have no frame of reference for it, but you teach them or you inspire this sense of tenacity within them.
I mean, I say this all the time. If you want to buy a car, do you go to Chick-fil-A?
No.
Well, if you want to go on an airplane, do you go to Amtrak station saying, where do I go check my bags? I'm waiting on my flight. If you want to create a black man or woman, where you going to go? There's only one institution in America that was created for the development of a black male or black woman, because no other institution for an average of 140 years, Virginia Union is above the average as the seventh HBCU founded in the line of succession at 160 years, 1865. We were created for the shaping, the development, and the continued investment post-graduation through our various circles of support and the ways in which we do it through fraternities, sororities, organizations, mentorship. But we were founded and we've perfected the creation and development of black people into leaders. Nobody else does it.
So there are a lot of shifts that are happening in our country, right? There's a lot of policy shifts in broader policy. There's certainly a lot of shifts in what we're seeing taking place in education at large. And we're seeing, based on the numbers, an uptick in enrollment at HBCUs. At least that's what the latest data tells me. Are you seeing that to bear fruit at your university?
Now, Virginia Union, over the last 5 years, we've grown at least 30%. I came in 2017 and total enrollment was just about 1,655. We're currently at 2,080. And so, that's 20, so whatever you want to calculate, if all you mathematicians that will read. But as I said, I think the growth is happening at HBCUs, some are not, but at historically white institutions also. Mm-hmm. I think overall people are understanding that despite what they may call the paper ceiling and the cost of education, student debt, credentialization, and all these things, there is something that higher education gives you that's more than paper. An example of 3 are a network. 2 are a time away from your family to focus on you. 3 is a peer group and continuous contact with mentorship opportunities. I'm just saying HBCUs do well when we are not alone. We need the black business. We need the black church. We need the black foundation nonprofit because we can't be everything to everybody. My responsibility as a HBCU president is to build the black community and to allow the institution, like a University of Florida, like a University of Georgia, like a University of Pennsylvania, to be the anchor to the community in which they serve. The increases in our enrollment are in graduate education. Mm-hmm. There are many people who have graduated from the university or other HBCUs who are returning, or persons who have not, so graduate education growth. For undergrads, it is 3rd and 4th generation college students. I have a decline in 1st-gen students and Pell eligible. I think the value proposition is becoming clearer to those with resource, and private education, because we're not a public institution, something about private. And I have a lot of rules. So, I have a dress code, curfew. My model for Virginia Union undergrad is built off of the Citadel. If America can still prepare soldiers the same way, then I'm preparing soldiers the same way too. The barracks have never changed. They still sleep on, with the mess hall is still. I'm creating soldiers to change the world. I want somebody like, who are you creating? Like, I interview, like, if you grew up in the house with a parent who didn't manage their money, well, you're probably going to do the same. Like your GPA, SAT scores, that doesn't matter to me. I really am interested in who your parent is.
I got a TikTok account, I got an Instagram account. I see a whole lot of behavior, right? I see a whole lot of people expressing themselves in different ways.
Yeah.
And so how's that working for you?
They do it outside the gate. The biggest problem I have is that all of the behavior that I don't allow inside the gate, they respect. Students want authority, and I'm talking about 18 to 25. They want that. They want to see strong Black people. They want to know what to do and not to do. Our problem now is that they do it outside the gate, outside the hours of the university operation. So I'm working with the community because we don't want students walking around smoking weed and marijuana. We don't want them walking around drinking and just littering. We don't want them engaging in the negative behaviors. But I am simply laying out what I believe is necessary for the training of this generation today. And I believe this generation today that they do want structure, that they do want standards. They do want to believe that you can help them get to where they want to do if they have trust. So just trust.
I believe that in this current environment where there are so many shifts from whether it's DEI or, in some places you can't say equity or, all these different things that were once things that you depended on, you expected, you saw them as resources and keys to opportunity. Those things are now going away. And I feel as if people are kind of latching on and looking to their HBCUs for this place where I both can get a phenomenal education, but I also can be a place where I'm affirmed, I feel secure. I'm getting back to those things that were the pillars of our community. Are you hearing that from families? Why HBCUs? Why now?
We weren't created for it. DEI was not our invention. We are social justice. Virginia Union is social justice. We are protected under a Civil Rights Act. We are constitutionally created. I say diversity, equity, inclusion if that is my choice. The president cannot take any dollars from us. We don't operate in this way. We're a private institution. And so for us to be able, we were created to build Black people and to deal with the issues of the freed slave when our white friends did not want to deal with us. We are a result of Freedmen's Bureau and the dismantling of that act as an acquiescence to the South. I would not be true to my seat if I did not consistently speak truth to power. They said they would not touch HBCUs, made a mistake and touched the agricultural fund of the 1890s and then restored it when they heard it. So I think this administration is trying to find out what they can do and not do with people of color. But I am not distracted by that. These are not for me to do. I am simply saying, I think that what is happening is people of color want trusted spaces where they can grow people of color. I think whatever you put the name on it, if you have that culture and community you have, that's what's so amazing about friendship, public trust. I've never experienced anything like this.
Well, I told you it was going to be next level.
But
it's
amazing.
But it's HBCU inspired. But listen,
I'm trying to.
But here's what I want to say. There's something special and unique when you walk onto an HBCU campus. Just like when you were at Friendships Convocation, there's the energy, the love, the expression. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm trying to express in the context of tenacious educational transformation work of HBCUs is that everybody who listens to me and hears this, I'm challenging you to make it visible. The problem with the HBCU is that you don't know you've experienced that till you've graduated and it was 5 years later. That's the issue of HBCUs that I'm challenging in this conversation of tenacity, is that you don't feel us until you leave us. And I'm saying, if I'm here talking to HBCU people who need to hear this, I'm saying, hey, y'all, I saw something at Friendship Public Charter Schools. Oh, my goodness. I saw people excited about coming in to teach and equip us. I saw faculty administrators having fun. We go to ritual before we go to fun. Like, whoo, I have to challenge my faculty to be creative. They're creative about the lesson plan, not about the convocation to begin. Whoa, I've never had the schools, like when our schools march in banners, it's at graduation and it's solemn. Mm-hmm. But with this, I need this culture. And I'm going to get it. Historically Black colleges and universities primarily use 4 words to describe their tenacity and their ability to survive historically. Legacy. Young people today would tell you legacy is not the way you can attract me. Right? And so we have a brand positioning problem. 2, we try to use the word tradition, that you do it this way because we've done it this way. And they're saying no, because remember, the role of historically Black colleges and universities in tradition is to teach the difference between the levels of Blackness, because we still have classism.
Right.
Right. And so no, we don't do what they did in the barn dance at the graduation. No, that's brand damage, right? And that's the reality. We take a more spiritual approach. So you come to our graduation, it's like a service almost, right? If I had to find words in the moment, I would go deep within and say to you, Dr. Burns, I am feeling the necessity of being tenacious about removing the impacts of Virginia Union as an aftershock to people's life and making an ingredient for what they're currently experiencing.
What do HBCUs need to do next? You're kind of cradling between tradition and kind of infusing this kind of unfettered energy and fresh fire that renews the spirit around the work, renews the spirit around education, renews the spirit around, doing what we need to do for our kids. And it sounds like you want to bring that or grow that at Virginia Union, right? So what do you think we need to do next? What would you say to your colleagues?
Colleagues, Lucas is not telling you what to do. I have no zero. There's one thing that we must all remember. There's not a united federation of HBCUs.
That's right.
We do not have.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
We do not have a chancellor.
Right.
The first goal of today is to see 50 years from now, so that we create the sustainability for the generations, and that's a today reality. The second thing we need to be able to do for today is to do a lot of which I love the strategy of what Founder Hintz does and how he positions financially the reserves of the charter school public school to sustain it and to grow the worth. What I promise I would never repeat the number, but to know that that's a part of the strategy. For me, that financial stability and how you begin to reduce tuition dependency and reduce federal dependency. I am not in a place where I want to be dependent on what DC does. That is not my goal. I'm a private business. Virginia Union is the oldest continuous private Black-owned business in the Commonwealth of Virginia, 160 years old. And so I understand that I'm running a business also. The third is the necessity of understanding that an education cannot be the value proposition for today. That I cannot tell somebody you're going away for 4 years, that you will pay on average $100,000, and believe I'm going to give you a sheet of paper to put in a $10 plastic wood frame on your wall and tell you that's a sign that you learned something today. That is ridiculous. It's a broken model. What I have to do is give you within. And just think about what we do. We tell them, pay $100,000, go into debt. I then take their debt, convert it to salary, give it to somebody else who uses that money to get out of debt. That's got to break up that model. The second thing is I tell you, okay, come here, give me all the money. I'm going to give you a sheet of paper, and now I want you to go get life. I want you to go get a job. I want you to go get a house. I want you to go get a car. I want you to go get insurance. No. So I call it the inversion of that, economic and social mobility. And so our board has voted and has pivoted by the grace of God, and I appreciate all of them for their foresight, that Virginia Union University is not going to be known for giving degrees. We are not a degree granting institution. Our focus is generational wealth. An example would be a partnership with the Neighborhood Association Corporation of America, NACA, that every student and alum, because I need to go back, can get a home before they graduate. No money down,
solid.
closing costs, no PMI, partner through NACA. I'm working on a partnership now. Every student before they graduate can get a car. I realize that their borrowing capacity, a student loan is the only time a student will get no credit check, lowest interest rate,
right.
highest amount of dollar borrowing ever, the lowest cost of debt.
So how can my school help you live better
Well,
and live the life that you dream
get to
of?
wealth. That's it. The future of Virginia Union is that we are not giving you a sheet of paper without also giving you a key, without giving you an account access, without giving you some type of fund access to cryptocurrency or something to invest.
Listen, that's real talk. I mean, that gets beyond why am I taking out this loan?
That's right.
Why are mama and daddy scraping and saving to pay this tuition? Why am I investing the next 4 years of my life to those things that really affect people's day-to-day life? Because honestly, that's what they're thinking about.
Well, there's 9 HBCUs that have credit unions. And yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, Lucas did this to us. Yep, 9 of y'all have credit unions. And we have not yet created our own low-cost borrowing facility that reduces the dependency of needing a financial aid package from the federal government. Our credit unions could offer low-income loans, low-interest loans that could provide that. And that's what I'm gonna do.
Listen, that's a pitch that I think resonates.
Yeah.
I think the pitch has to be different. I mean, when you're looking at different places and spaces and you think you can make a living without getting an education, although I think that's short-lived and short-sighted in many ways, talking to them in ways, and students and families in ways that really speak to where they are now, knowing that at the end of that 4 years, their longevity, their vision for themselves will be much further and much greater.
President. So you want to be president?
You know what?
Because I've discerned it.
I've had the very fortunate opportunity to work with an organization for now well over a decade that literally creates not so minor miracles every single day. And you saw a little bit of that today. You saw the people who are driving this.
Yeah. This is a HBCU. I've been through everything that you don't want to experience at an institution. I've been through it and I've survived it and thrived. And so I know what it's like, right? And I intentionally don't scrub my social media so people can see the scars, because the blessing is in my scars. You don't get the authority of the seat by the selection to the seat. But the authority of the seat comes through a challenge to the seat.
This series is called Tenacious X HBCU.
Can't go to the Honda dealer looking for a Mercedes.
So I want to get to the secret sauce. I want to get to the heart of what's happening at HBCUs. And I think the heart, it may be different. One college president may say it one way, another one might say it another way. Yeah. But I think that your faithfulness, your transparency, your resilience, and your commitment to this timeless mission that began, I believe, is 1865. It remains true to yesterday as it does today. All those things are what make your university and what make HBCUs special.
Yeah.
Kind of almost the soul of higher ed. So I think
that, as you would say, that part, that right there.
Right. That'll
the soul. Well, I've learned to carry my ancestors with me. Mm-hmm. When people feel me, what you feel, people say, is the anointing of God in your life? No, you feel angels. I'm not alone. And I've learned to carry them with me, ancestor angels. And so, no, it is not alone. Not alone. And my board chair, they're with me now. When
it doesn't happen overnight.
Oh, it doesn't happen overnight.
You got to go through the fire. You got to cry. You got to go through some tears. You got to feel, you're going to feel alone, but you just got to remain what? You got to remain tenacious and faithful.
That's it. And I think that,
even when you don't know what it looks like.
Oh my goodness. For you to go to a place that has graduated people that made it through civil rights, black codes, slavery, the confidence of blackness, you can't get if you don't go to HBCU. Another one, black love. Like to have a peer tell you you gonna make it. To be encouraged by your generational equal. Third, mentorship. To be raised up and corrected, even if you don't graduate. To still call that professor and to give guidance. It's an amazing thing.
Right.
Commonality, community. To know that no matter what HBCU you go to, to say I'm an HBCU grad, to get Black Greek life, it's a different thing. And I'm not saying that if you don't go to an HBCU, you can't get a taste of it. But boy, it's different when you done been dipped in it.
Dr. Lucas, thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah, it's an honor.
Oh, tenacious teachers, hear the